Actually, what I want to watch now, and you're not gonna like this, Tom, but I had this video pulled up. I wanted to go through this Fantastic Four test screening shit, which is actually kind of funny. I
Why
got
would I not
somebody.
like it?
Well, I know you have like some drama with Chris Gore.
Well, I don't have drama with it. He's got drama with me. I don't know.
I've been trying to fix it, but I've been unsuccessful. So
Actually,
far.
I just talked to him like yesterday.
Oh, did you guys finally talk?
No, like we talk from time to time, but it's like really just in passing. Like I got
like shooting the shit. Like, how you doing? Yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah, you?
Not
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm doing all right too.
God damn it! You guys were supposed to do it on the show.
I've tried.
The super chats I would have gotten out of that.
Would you let me tell you? All I said to him was, "Is this you?" And I sent him a picture of water shipped down 4K Blu-ray, and he's like, "Yes, I did the commentary with the director." That's the extent of our discussion the other day.
So you guys, there's still a chance you guys will yell at each other.
We
on my
have
show.
talked to each other like that for like a year now. That's about it. Like, I mean, I apologized to him. He said it's cool, whatever, you know. But it is what it is. If he wants to come talk to me, he can come talk to me anytime. So
such internet drama shit. I love, like, I met Chris and I think he's a cool dude.
Yeah, we hung out with Chris.
We hung out with Chris, and like I know
you guys were
Tom,
supposed
like,
to have your
haven't
lovemaking
met
session
Tom,
a long
he's
time
a
ago.
hero of mine. It's fine. I get it. It's just it is what it is. I can't force him to talk to me. So
if Flash,
you guys are my best friends in the whole wide world.
Oh my God, Rhino!
There's no AI in my comics. A couple.
What are you talking about, John? Oh, it's probably just trolls. Don't take it to heart.
Okay, I just want people to know absolutely no AI. You know, hand drawn on paper and pencil. It's all old school. So,
I think Shad uses AI.
You could buy the original artwork from Renzo.
Shad is AI. What are you talking
about? Shad uses it, so it's a little bit different how he does it. He uses it to like enhance the image that already was hand drawn.
I met Shad. We went and saw Deadpool and Wolverine together. And when I met him, he is AI. I put my hand through him. It was crazy. Like
I agree with him on a lot of his AI takes.
Hey, are you going to go to the con with him, Rhino?
What con?
There's a con.
I haven't heard of.
I write the music.
If he goes to something, I'll try and meet up with him for sure.
Yeah, you should.
Which con?
Going to a con.
I don't know. I need to
con where they live on the
island. In Australia.
In Australia.
Yeah.
You guys should share a bloomin' onion.
I should see if Robot Head can go. I want to meet Robot Head. He doesn't live that far away, apparently.
No, you guys are close. Yeah. You guys are really close.
6-movie Karate Kid collection, but I don't want all of these. I just want the first 3.
Did you get the trilogy when it came out? Because if you didn't, I think it's already been sold out like a long time
I have the first one in 4K, and then I have the first 2 on like it's like a all 3 DVD.
They did a trilogy a while back, but I think it was limited. I got it, and that's why I'm pissed, because I'm like, sons of bitches.
I have no interest in noting
so many times.
Really, honestly, anything other than the first Karate Kid. The second Karate Kid's okay, but let's be honest.
Okay.
Nowhere near as good as the first one.
What?
Hang on. Yeah, no, hang on a second.
The first one is way better. Are you kidding me?
What? This time, Daniel, son, it's for real.
Karate Kid 2 is pretty good.
It is.
It's nowhere near as good as the first one.
What? No. That's like Godfather 2 level in comparison, dude.
I actually think that
Karate Kid movie.
No, it's not. The third one
is not. It's him getting bullied by some kid who's better than him over some fucking girl.
Hang on. Karate Kid 2 could arguably be one of the best sequels. Like, you know,
it's the same fucking movie.
He's getting 3
Japan.
with 2.
He's getting 3.
Okay, it's so different now. It's in a different country. That just makes the movie so much better.
This guy isn't just being a bully. He's gonna kill him.
Yeah, he's gonna kill Daniel. It was a fight to the death.
And it has
so
nothing to do with being.
He wanted to kill him too.
No, he just wanted to
kill
him. Like, this was a fight to the death.
Yeah, this was over honor that had to do with
stakes are higher in this one.
With Miyagi and Miyagi's friend from the past.
See, I just want to say, Tom, like Tom and I have talked a lot about Karate Kid and stuff like that. And like The one thing that I will say in regards to what they did with this movie, I'm so disappointed. Like, I really don't like the Han character. I don't like the,
it's barely the same character, Rhino.
That's fair enough. And like, they might have tied it in well with everything else. But from you and me talking in the past, what I would rather is a Miyagi backstory of him growing up, then finding his way through World War II, finding his way through basically finding his wealth through the oil fields and stuff like that. Like, there's so much backstory with Miyagi that they could have done that they're just, I don't know. I mean, I don't know whether or not I even trust them to be able to do it, to be honest with you. I mean, you think about it, him fighting for the Americans in World War II is pretty crazy.
I'm going to play a Foster's commercial.
I'm not talking about Star Wars.
He's
so
not
you can't.
We got to get back. We got to get back on topic.
Oh, Chris.
He wants to talk about the Fantastic Four. Let him.
Oh, the Fantastic Four.
Let's hear about Mr. Mexico and his team of strong women.
Mr. Mexico.
I stole that from it's a smaller channel called what's that? Ranting for Vengeance. It's like this 14-year-old Irish kid that just rages on movies. It's a good channel.
Oh,
he has people all stirred up on him because he says like he says some pretty wild shit sometimes. But he's just a funny kid, man. He gets people riled up though. He gets like 30, 40 response videos every time he posts his video. I respect his game. He's a young Padawan, but he's learning.
We got to get to it here. Let's talk Fantastic Four. We have a lot of Fantastic Four news actually, and we will get to
Speed
all
it up
of it.
a little bit. Flash.
But let's start with
1.5.
this. And
only
the
10
source
minutes.
is me.
It'll go quicker.
The Fantastic Four First Steps test screening reveals, and others.
God,
I can
Johnny
confirm-
Storm looks so gay.
They both do. Yeah, him and Reed.
I'm
I-
surprised that
so
fucking
Is he
to
gay
have
in this
them
one? Is
sit down
Johnny
on the
gay?
couch.
No,
I'm
but
surprised that they're not making Reed Richards marry Johnny.
Johnny
Yeah.
Storm should be a Chad. Actually, Chris Evans played him pretty well. As much as you
I
want to
agree.
criticize those movies, he was really good. Johnny
Oh, yeah,
Storm.
he
In
was.
fact, I think all of them were actually really good as the characters.
they're all miscast. All four. Everybody's talking about Pedro Pascal.
I'm talking about the old ones, though, the first two Fox ones.
Yeah.
You can
Chris
say what you want about them, but I thought some of those characters, especially Chris Evans, Johnny Storm, was really good.
He was perfectly cast. Yeah.
Yeah.
But even Reed Richards, who was the guy that played Reed in those ones?
Yoan Gifford.
He was. I actually thought he was pretty good as Reed Richards.
See, I didn't
Like
like
a good casting. Like, I don't know whether or not the actual stuff was okay, but like the casting was okay. I think.
I didn't like him, but now I miss him.
Yeah, that's fair.
Many such franchises.
Confirm that this happened because other people.
I really like this shirt that he has, this film threat with the Fantastic Four logo.
Mhm.
It's what it would look like. That's
The
that's
font, you
good
mean?
merch. Yeah, the font.
Are you that drunk, dude?
Well, yeah, we've had like 7 or 8 shots.
I haven't had a shot.
I'm
Oh,
not
have
like,
you?
it's not going to turn into like a kazoo stream or anything, but
I
for
hate
sure, like, definitely. I mean, how do I not have 8 shots and have a little something?
I might start crying. You never know.
People
I hate these
that are not
color
me
blue
have
pajamas.
been reporting this. Okay, Grace Randolph heard from someone who spoke to her. That is not this person who spoke to me. There was a screening, and leaks have come out.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
some of this
Not
has even been
looking-
confirmed by
Yes.
somebody in the production of the film too. Yeah.
Grace Randolph
Oh.
Well,
broke it.
no, not just that. No, I mean like one of the directors, or either the director or the writer or something like that, attached to the film, even come out and said something in one of these upcoming interviews with, I think it's Empire, where they flat out said that basically, yeah, Sue Storm is kind of the leader of the group
Yep.
in so many words.
It was an
Yeah.
empire. Yeah, it was an empire.
It was an Empire. Yeah, that's what I
Mhm.
thought.
Yeah,
Well,
she's the
you know
leader of
what's-
the UN. She's
Yeah, she's the security chief or whatever. What's really funny is Pedro Pascal, the director, was praising him a couple days ago in some interview. I don't know what the source is, but what I found funny about that is he wasn't even the first choice for Reed Richards. He's actually like
The last.
not the last, but down the list. Like he
Yeah.
definitely was not their number one choice for Reed Richards.
Yeah,
But it makes
Yeah,
me
he
wonder
wa-
how
he
many
wasn't,
people were
but I
A lot
above
of people
respect
him.
turn the
him.
role down because basically Reed Richards is a fucking cuck in this franchise.
Oh, so he
And,
jumped at
Yeah.
the chance to play a cuck. He was like, "Oh, really? I get to be a cuck?"
well, that's just my speculation on it that he's a cuck in it.
Well, yeah,
No, but
it
I
makes
think
me
Flash is right. Yeah.
it makes me wonder though how many people were ahead of him and how many people said no.
We've heard
But it
anywhere
also
from
makes
Well, I
me
think
ask.
my
But it almost
personal
makes me ask why they said no. Is
my
it
personal
because they
because
couldn't
he's
script it?
because he's
MCU.
second fiddle and very underdeveloped, and that's a criticism according to the test screenings is there's no character development really, and
That's because they went into this with one objective and one objective only, to make Reed Richards not white.
well, I
That
think
was in
Reed
the earlier
Richards is
leaks,
going to
too.
become the maker.
Oh, I think
And
you're right
this
too.
has
I've
been my personal theory
Yeah,
on this
I agree with you.
because
Yeah.
Reed Richards is Pedro Pascal's old. He's like 50 years old. How old is he? 50 something years old? 53?
I think so.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
I think he's
Let me
around
pull it
that
up.
50-ish.
My point on that is though, like he's going to be like what if they keep him around 65 years old playing Reed Richards? It's just he's
Yeah,
too
he's
old.
50. He's
Yeah,
exactly.
you need somebody that can play these characters for like 20 years.
No,
So
and
I
I
think
agree with it just
I think
because it's
he's the maker. If you don't know, is a evil variant of Reed Richards. It comes from the Ultimate Universe, and Marvel Comics are actually pushing the character really hard right now. He's like the main big baddie of the new Ultimate Universe, and usually the comics follow the movies. So I think they're pushing him so hard in the comics because they know they're going to have him be a big player in the MCU, and it
I
would
don't
make
think-
sense.
It's all part of Marvel. Like, I made my character the Patriarch, if I may talk about it, as a reaction to the way they treat Reed Richards. Reed Richards, like it or not, is the father figure of Marvel Comics. He's, the Fantastic Four are the first superheroes from Marvel Comics. He's the dad, he's the husband, and they've been making him a fool for 20 years, and now he's the bad guy. It's part of what we were talking about with Doctor Who. It's just this like social engineering that everything's straight, wholesome, family life is bad. So I have
Well, you know what they can do if they slide out Reed Richards, have him become the villain. You can still keep the Fantastic Four around, but you do the comic book thing, and you make the reserve member, the She-Hulk, a part of the Fantastic Four lineup because she kind of is. I mean, she really is the fifth member. So she was a long-time member during the John Byrne run, which is actually a really good run. But you just slide out the family man, the father. You don't need him. You slide in She-Hulk, and that's the MCU Fantastic Four. That's my theory. That's
But
where
look,
I think
he's not even wearing the same colors as the rest of them. It's almost like a visual clue that they get rid of him.
he's got it's a red shirt.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like her as the Invisible Woman. Like this is going to be a weird critique, but she's like too angular. Like Sue Storm is supposed to be more motherly and soft. Once I saw they cast Vanessa Kirby, I was like, nope, she's a girl boss. She's like too masculine. This guy, I like this actor. He was excellent in Stranger Things, but he is not Johnny Storm. And even The Thing, my favorite superhero of all time. All they had to do was get a rough Brooklyn accent, and they couldn't even do that.
Well, apparently he's not even the Thing, or he doesn't really have a big role in this.
Yeah, he
movie.
doesn't have a big role in it, which is
Yeah.
crazy. How do you not use him?
I know.
You need to have like scenes of him pulling tankers and shit. Doesn't he? Is there a scene of him? I think they did. Didn't he do that in the trailer
Yeah,
for a second? So is that what he's doing the whole movie? Just
And these
cleaning
suits
up damage.
these suits are awful. This powder blue and the white.
I'm more mad that they're sitting down. Why are they sitting
Yeah, that's a
down?
good point.
And
'Cause
it's
they're
the two
peeing.
characters, right? Like
They're
Reed is,
peeing.
incredibly smug and prideful, so he's sitting down, he's putting in his place, and then Tom.
They sit
Alright.
while they pee.
Real quick, Hayden Wayne, $50 says, Chibi, watch the haters. Keep your head on the swivel, but don't respond. Let the haters go in their own pit. Pay attention to any threats, but you just got to live your life, man. I know about the stuff they've done to you, but they can't be taken back. Thank
Amen.
you, Hayden Wayne.
I just want like the door opens and Pedro Pascal goes, Susie, I'm home, and you explain nothing, Reed. Nobody gets that joke. All right.
Yeah, we're all old enough to. We're just trying not to pretend that we did.
Pretend that it can't be like a real thing when it actually probably will happen.
Bob Ross, $1.99 for $50.
Oh my God.
Let's play this for him and Hayden. Get this super chat up here. I hate StreamYards, man. If this was
Susie, you got
Streamlabs,
some
I can just hit a
splaining
button.
to
And you Fantastic Four will be gay as DOA also. Rhino, get that bourbon.
Rhino.
$50.
Rhino was
man.
supposed to buy a box of Foster's and he didn't.
Oh, calm down. I'm going to. I've still got my shitty Fosters left over from last time.
You
Ew.
paid good money for that Foster's.
Faggots.
All right, let's get
I'm
into
getting
these
food
leaks.
though. I
Good,
need
folks.
food. I need to.
No,
Let me just
absorb
say
Then
that.
they have
So,
but then they have Johnny.
I have one.
I haven't watched this video yet,
Johnny.
so I don't even
Johnny,
know.
the toxic womanizer, is also sitting down.
Oh, he's gonna be gay in this one.
I think so.
Yeah, instead of calling him the Human Torch, they're gonna call him the Flame.
He actually wants to Peter Parker now.
He says, "Flame on."
Flame on.
Maybe him and Peter will be gay in this universe.
I was flaming before I was flaming.
Yeah. Instead of Reed Richards marrying Sue Storm, he marries Johnny Storm.
You know, it would actually be great if, what movie I'd love to see them actually use the Human Torch in would be a Spider-Man movie. Because X-Men, or not, I mean, Sony, this is the reason they hang out with Marvel now, because it's totally in their benefit, is to have Marvel characters in them. So they're allowed one character a movie, which is why you're going to see the Hulk in the new one. But it would actually be really cool if the Human Torch and him did a movie together, because I mean that's like the longest running Marvel friendship besides.
Yeah, they're actually buddies. Yeah.
Yeah, they're good. He was in Spider-Man #5, and in his third appearance was with Johnny Storm because it was in Strange Tales.
Don't give them ideas, man. They're gonna make them gay for each other. If
Yeah,
they do
Strange
that.
Tales was the second annuals. The first time it's like the third Spider-Man appearance, and it's his first
Johnny
team up, and it's
Storm,
with
you-
Johnny Storm.
Raging
What's the-
Rhino, they've been pushing for Johnny Storm to be bisexual for a long time. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, watch them.
Yeah,
ship
they
Johnny
did it to
Storm and
Iceman,
Peter
though.
Parker together.
Iceman used to be a ladies' man. Now he's gay.
Yeah,
You know,
for Pyro.
what's funny about Iceman? He was a member of the Defenders, and while he was on the Defenders, he met an alien called Cloud, and Cloud was a naked girl with, smoke around her boobs and good parts, and then she would transform into a literal cloud, and then when she reformed, she was male. So every time she used her powers, she would turn into a cloud and come back as the opposite sex. Bobby Drake, Iceman, broke up with her because he couldn't deal with the fact that she was also a man. Now, if he was always bisexual, like they claim, wouldn't this have been the perfect partner for him? It just shows me that these people today never read the old comics.
That's most of the
Yeah.
most of the
Even
fandom.
in that image that was just up on screen there.
I'm gonna
the way
pull it back
Johnny
up, but
Storm
this is-
looks.
This
Oh, there
is
you
like
go.
Spider-Man's third or fourth appearance. I don't remember. It's early, and he doesn't have there's no spider on the.
That's because Jack
just-
Kirby's
but-
drawing it instead of Steve Ditko.
Yeah.
I love Jack Kirby, but he could never draw Spider-Man. Look, doesn't he just look chubby? Spider-Man just looks chubby.
Yeah, he does a little bit.
Very off
Me,
model,
his
yeah.
This
legs
is one of my
look,
favorite Spider-Man books. It's hard to
me-
find this in a high grade,
his
Yeah,
legs
By the
look
way.
kind of weird to me.
yeah.
but yeah, I love this book. This is like his first his first crossover is with the Fantastic Four.
Right, Spider-Man
But
number one.
yeah, this is his first appearance outside of Amazing, I think. So yeah, I love this book. I would love to see a Spider-Man and Human Torch movie. That to me, that's money all day. Like you
I
could
just
make a
call-
great movie.
You call the movie Marvel Team Up.
Oh, that's a great idea. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, they're a bunch of idiots over there, so they've forgotten how to make money.
They're not going to do anything
and
like
you
that.
and you know this female Silver Surfer who she's gonna let Galactus destroy the Earth, and you know that they're gonna come to a different universe. You know what I mean? So this is just like an alternate version of the Earth. This is even the Earth that we're used to. So I mean, to me, it's just like, who cares? Like there's no stakes. This whole multiverse thing that they're doing in Marvel just is, I don't care. Think about it. They have this time machine, and Ant-Man could control and guide them. The Hulk could guide them through all the multiverses, and they make another Infinity Gauntlet. So now the Avengers have access to infinite Infinity Gauntlets. So there's no stakes. That's why, to me, Endgame was the end of the Marvel universe, because it doesn't matter anymore. There's no drama.
Yeah, they're gonna have to reboot, which I do think they're gonna do after
Probably with the X-Men.
Secret Wars or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna make a whole new world. That's what Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars was, because it moved over Miles, which is the entire reason that entire run exists, is to get Miles Morales into the main Marvel universe.
One source that has told me some things, I will share what I learned. But other people have reported this. But before I tell you what's in these text messages from my source, I'll just say this. Why are they doing a test screening? Normally, both Marvel and Lucasfilm, when they, quote, test a movie, they screen it for what they call friends and family.
That's true. That's 100% true. They don't do, usually they don't do regular test screenings, which would kind of confirm what I and a lot of people heard about Captain America 4. They did test screenings for that one too. Tom, are you here? Did you hear that too?
Yeah, I did. I heard all the same stuff you guys are hearing with this and what Chris is reporting. Some of it is what Chris reported, obviously, but this is what I've been hearing too. And of course, Grace has confirmed it and all that kind of stuff. So, in comparison to the Superman news, which Gunn has pretty much debunked a lot of.
Yeah, but Gunn lies all the time, though.
Yeah, but if you read the actual article that is that everybody's running with, by the end of the article, it says that the latest test screening went well after the fixes, right?
Yeah, which one? They're cherry picking test screenings?
Well, no, that's what I'm saying, is that if you read, even though they have that headline, if you actually read through the whole article, by the end of it, it says after they lost the supposed 20 minutes that Gunn says that never existed, because he says it's been locked for months and all that's left is some VFX. So, I don't know.
He could also be coping.
He's got final edit, I'm sure, so.
Aren't they still doing reshoots for this Fantastic Four movie?
This I heard, yes, that they were shooting the ending. That's the other thing I had heard, is that the test screening went so bad, and the reason was, and I think we talked about this last week or the week before, where supposedly what was going down, this was coming from Pro and a few other places, that the ending was so bad because a major character dies. And this was what you were talking about earlier, Flash, where they might set up another member of the Fantastic Four before they even switch.
How much you want to make a bet they kill off the Thing and replace
That's the rumor, yeah.
And they replace it with She-Hulk, because the Thing's barely in the movie because he's too expensive.
Not that She-Hulk's cheaper, but yeah.
She-Hulk, I was about to say, She-Hulk wouldn't be any cheaper, would it?
Yeah, but she's down in her She-Hulk form all the time. She goes back to being Jennifer.
Right, she could be
at least in the MCU.
Yeah, fair enough.
The comic, she never wanted to go back to being Jennifer, but we don't talk about that.
Steph, would you rather be a 7-foot-tall, glamorous, beautiful, super strong Amazon woman, or your regular self? I know. I would rather be Superman all day long than me.
I have never been tall in my life. So, yes, I would love to be an Amazonian. A 7-foot-tall Amazonian.
She stays in her She-Hulk form because she thinks it makes her look sexy.
Yeah, she enjoys being She-Hulk.
Yeah. But in the show, that's wrong. She doesn't want to get
Well,
catcalled.
let's be fair.
Even though, like, all she wants to do is be catcalled in the comics. That's why she stays sexy all the time.
Yeah, well, let's be fair. She's got a rougher life. Transitional about it.
So it's employees of the company, employees of Marvel, employees of Lucasfilm. They get together, they show an early cut of the movie, they get feedback from people who work at the company who are all under NDA. Okay. And they watch it, they give you your feedback. Although I'll say this, it's kind of biased. If you work for the company, do you really want to say, hey, our
Yeah.
movie sucks, we're about to release? I don't
Hey,
think you get
boss.
an honest reaction.
Hey, boss,
my
who
question
pays you?
is,
You did a bad job, boss.
Well, and we see this kind of shit in full effect. Have you ever seen The Beginning, that documentary about the Phantom Menace? They have that internal test screening at the end of the documentary for all of George's friends and the cast and crew. And you watch everybody just kind of slowly sink in their chairs as the movie's over. And then after the screening, they're all sitting there trying to, talk to George about how to help fix the film without trying to say that the movie's bad. Right? Because that's exactly what happens is, everybody's like, oh, it's great. It's wonderful. There's this and there's that. And then, you got all these people compromising, trying to say, well, it's stylistically made that way, like, yeah, no, it's a bad movie and we all know it.